Hi, I'm your math help tutor, and today we are going to learn about addition and subtraction of numbers using decomposition. There are several ways for us to visualize what happens to numbers when we add them to or subtract them from other numbers. We can use blocks, number lines, decomposition, and the standard algorithm. In this video, we will discuss adding and subtracting numbers using decomposition. Adding and subtracting using blocks are great for math students who are still beginners, like those in kindergarten up to the third grade. The number line is used when numbers being added or subtracted are not very convenient to be represented by using blocks, and it's good for fourth graders to understand what happens whenever larger numbers are added or subtracted. However, when numbers get a little bit larger, number lines are quite inefficient or make it longer for us to add or subtract numbers. One way to deal with larger numbers and to also allow us to further understand what is happening during addition and subtraction is by using decomposition. We're going to discuss adding and subtracting using the standard algorithm in the next lesson. So what do we do if we're going to use decomposition to add or subtract numbers? We basically have to decompose or separate each digit of a number into their values according to their place value. Let me give you an example. Say we want to add the numbers 350 to 126. We will now recall the lesson about the expanded form of numbers. So 350 can also be written this way. Let's write 350 here. That's 3 times 100. That means we have 3 100s plus 5 times 10. That means we have 5 tens plus 0 ones, since we have 0 as the last digit in the ones place, which is of course equal to 300 plus 50 plus 0. Now let's do the same thing for 126. So 126 is equal to 1 100 plus 2 tens plus 6 ones, or 100 plus 20 plus 6. Next, let's arrange the values of the places in a column. So let's write it over here. So for 350, we have 300 plus 50 plus 0. And then for 126, we have 100 plus 20 plus 6. Now what we're going to do is we are going to add only those values from the same place. So we're going to add 300 and 100, and then we're going to add 50 and 20 since they are in the same tens place. 300 and 100 are in the same hundreds place, and 0 and 6 are in the ones place. So 300 plus 100 gives us 400. 50 plus 20 gives us 70, and 0 plus 6 gives us 6. So these numbers are the values of the places that we have added. And let's just put a line here to segregate the decomposed forms of the numbers that we have added. And you're going to see that these numbers are actually the result of adding 350 and 126. So this is our new number. And if we rewrite this, it gives us 476, which is the answer to 350 plus 126. That's 476. Now let's try subtraction. Let's say we subtract 54 from 278. We have 278 and we want to subtract 54. So how do we arrive at the answer? Using decomposition. So first what we do is we decompose the numbers. So for number 278, this is equal to 2 times 100, since there are 2 hundreds in this number, plus 7 tens, since there are 7 tens in this number, plus 8 ones, which is also equal to 200 plus 70 plus 8. Now, let's do the same thing for the next number. That's 54, which is equal to 0 100s, since there is no number in the hundreds place, plus 5 tens, plus 4 ones. And this is actually equal to 50 plus 4. And of course, this is 0. Next, we are going to subtract the different values for each place of these numbers. So let's write it over here. Let's just draw lines to separate this part from this part. So for 278, we have the expanded form here. That's 200 plus 70 plus 8. And we're going to subtract 54. Well, there's no number in the hundreds place, so let's just put a 0 here. Plus 50 plus 4. And we got that from here. So let's just draw a line to separate our answer from the decomposed versions of our numbers. So what we do is we subtract according to place. So we're going to subtract the hundreds separately from the tens and separately from the ones. So 200 minus 0 is still 200. 70 minus 50 gives us 20. And 8 minus 4 gives us 4. Now these numbers actually compose the different values of the different places of our new number. So we can just put a plus here and a plus here. So our new number is 200 plus 20 plus 4, which is 224, which is the answer to this question. 278 minus 54 is 224. Let's now try higher numbers and a little bit faster this time. Let's try 4,342 plus 2,156. Let's write the decomposed forms so that it's much faster for us. So for 4,342, that's equal to 4,000 plus 300 plus 40 plus 2. And then for 2,156, that's equal to 2,000 plus 100 plus 50 plus 6. Now we're going to add each value of each place. Okay, so we're going to do the thousands place separately, the hundreds place separately, the tens place separately, and the ones place separately. So let's put a line here so that we can separate the answer from the decomposed numbers. So 4,000 plus 2,000 is 6,000. 300 plus 100 is 400. 40 plus 50 is 90. And 2 plus 6 is 8. So this is now the values of each place of our new number. So we can just put a plus sign here. And if you add all of these together, that gives us the new number, which is 6,498, which is the answer to the question. 4,342 plus 2,156 is 6,498. Now, it's also the same way for subtracting large numbers, like let's say 13,577 minus 11,324. So first, we rewrite these numbers into their decomposed forms. So for 13,577, that's equal to 10,000 plus 3,000 plus 500 plus 70 plus 7. While 11,324 is equal to 10,000 plus 1,000 plus 300 plus 20 plus 4. And we are subtracting 11,324 from 13,577. So what we're going to do is we are going to subtract each value of each place individually. Okay, so we got the 10,000s place, 1,000s place, hundreds place, the tens place, and the ones place. So let's just put a line to separate our decomposed numbers and our answer. So 10,000 minus 10,000 is 0. 3,000 minus 1,000 is 2,000. 500 minus 300 is 200. 70 minus 20 is 50. And 7 minus 4 is 3. So these numbers are actually the values of each of the places of our new number. So we can just put a plus here. And if we add all these together, it gives us the result 2,253, which is the answer to this question. 13,577 minus 11,324 is equal to 2,253. Now it's time for interesting fact time. Do you know that there are times when the values in each places overflow, or sometimes there isn't enough value to subtract? So we borrow from the next place. Let me give you an example where the addition of each decomposed or separated places gives us an overflow result. Let's try adding 44,629 and 36,233. So what's the answer? Let's first write the decomposed versions of these numbers. So 44,629 is equal to 40,000 plus 4,000 plus 600 plus 20 plus 9. And for our other number, it's 36,233 is equal to 30,000 plus 6,000 plus 200 plus 30 plus 3. And we're doing addition, so we are going to add each of the values of each place individually. So let's put a line here to separate our decomposed numbers and the answer of our addition. So let's start with the ones place. 9 plus 3 is 12. So you can see here that there seems to be a problem because the result of adding the ones place is going to be a digit that's going to be in our new number. And our digits only run from 0 to 9. We cannot have more than 9. So what we have here is an overflow, or there's more value here in the ones place than our maximum value, which should be 9. So what do we do in such cases? When these overflows happen, what we do is we retain the first digit, and the second digit we transfer over to the next place because 12 is actually 10 plus 2. So 2 is in the ones place. It stays here in the ones place, but 10 should be in the tens place. So the overflow, this one, digit 1, or actually the value 10, is going to be transferred over to the tens place. So we're just going to retain the digit in the ones place, which is 2, and we're going to give the value 10 to the tens place. So now, instead of just having 20 plus 30 equals to 50, we're going to add the overflow of 10 as well. So we have 30 plus 20 plus 10, which gives us 60. Now, there's no need to transfer any amount to the hundreds place because we have not exceeded 90, which is the maximum value that the tens place can have. So let's continue adding the hundreds place. So 600 plus 200 gives us 800. Next, let's do the thousands place. So 6,000 plus 4,000 gives us 10,000. And now you can see that we have a situation here again because the maximum amount that the thousands place could have is only 9,000. So anything beyond 9,000 is an overflow. So we can't have 10,000 here as a result of adding 6,000 and 4,000. This is an overflow. So 10,000 is actually 10,000 plus 0 1,000s, or 1 10,000 plus 0 1,000. So what we could do is, since we cannot have an amount greater than 9,000 in the thousands place, what we're going to do is we are going to give the whole 10,000 to the next place, which is the 10,000s place, because this is 1 10,000 and it cannot be placed here in the thousands place because it belongs to a different place, the 10,000s place. So we transfer 10,000 here as an overflow. That's 10,000, and we erase 10,000. So since we gave all 10,000 to the next place, there's nothing left because we gave it all to the 10,000s place. Next, we're going to add the 10,000s place. So we have 40,000 plus 10,000 plus 30,000. So that gives us 80,000. Now these numbers are actually the value of the different places of our new number. So we can put a plus sign here. And if we add all these up, we get a number that is 80862. That's 80,862, which is the answer to our question. 44,629 plus 36,233 is equal to 80,862. Now let's see an example when we have to borrow from the next digit since there is not enough value to subtract. Let's try subtracting 27,419 from 31,220. So let's write the expanded form of these numbers. Let's start with 31,220, which is equal to 30,000 plus 1,000 plus 200 plus 20 plus 0. And then next we have 27,419, which is equal to 20,000 plus 7,000 plus 400 plus 10 plus 9. So this is a subtraction operation. We are subtracting 27,419 from 31,220. That means we have to perform subtraction in each of the value of each place. So we do subtraction on the 10,000s place, on the thousands place, on the hundreds place, on the tens place, and also in the ones place. So let's put a line here to separate the decomposed numbers from the answer of our subtraction. So let's start from the ones place. What is the answer to 0 minus 9? We cannot subtract anything from 0 because we cannot take away anything from 0. But we still have to perform the subtraction. So what do? This is a case where we need to borrow from the next place. So from the tens place, we are going to borrow 10. So what we do is we add 10 here, and we are going to subtract 10 from here. So instead of 20, this is going to be now 10. So now we can do subtraction. 10 minus 9 is 1. Now let's proceed to the tens place. 10 minus 10 is 0. Let's proceed to the hundreds place. 200 minus 400 is... Well, it's not possible because 200 is less than 400, so we cannot subtract 400 from 200. So this is a case where we need to borrow again from the next place so that we can do subtraction. So we're going to borrow 1,000 from the thousands place. So instead of 200, this is now going to be 1,200. And our 1,000, since we gave it to the hundreds place, is going to be no more because we took away 1,000 and gave it to the hundreds place. Now, it's possible to do subtraction. So 1,200 minus 400 is 800. Now, moving on to the thousands place, we have 0 minus 7,000, which is not possible because we cannot subtract anything from 0, right? So what we do here is we are going to borrow 10,000 from the 10,000s place. So we're going to transfer 10,000 from the 10,000s place and give it to 1,000s place. So instead of 0, we are now going to have 10,000 here. And since we got 10,000 from 30,000, this is now going to be 20,000. So now we can perform subtraction. So 10,000 minus 7,000 is 3,000. And 20,000 minus 20,000 is 0. So now we have numbers here which actually represent the value of the subtraction of each of the places of our numbers. So we can just put a plus sign here. And if we add all these numbers up, we are going to get a new number, which is 3,801, which is the answer to our problem, which is 31,220 minus 27,419 is equal to 3,801. Now let's review what we have learned. You can pause the video if you need more time to answer the questions. Let's begin. What do we call the process of breaking down numbers into its simpler parts to perform more simple mathematical operations? The answer is decomposition. Decomposition is the process of breaking down numbers into simpler parts so that we can perform more simple mathematical operations. Try to add this using decomposition. The answer is 1,585. So how did we arrive at this answer? So what we can do is we can convert these numbers into their decomposed forms. So 1,230 becomes 1,000 plus 200 plus 30 plus 0, while 355 becomes 0 because there is no thousands place, plus 300 plus 50 plus 5. Let's put a line here and then add each of the places. So 0 plus 5 gives us 5, 30 plus 50 gives us 80, 200 plus 300 gives us 500, and 1,000 plus 0 gives us 1,000. So this is now the value of each of the places of our new number. So we can just put a plus sign here, which gives us 1,585, which is the answer to this problem. Try to do the subtraction operation below using decomposition. The answer is 5,543. So how did we come up with this answer? By doing decomposition, we write these numbers into their decomposed forms. So 7,875 is equal to 7,000 plus 800 plus 70 plus 5. And 2,332 is equal to 2,000 plus 300 plus 30 plus 2. Now this is a subtraction operation. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract these numbers from these numbers. And let's put a line here to separate the answer from our decomposed numbers. So let's start from the ones place. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 70 minus 30 is 40. 800 minus 300 is 500. And 7,000 minus 2,000 is 5,000. So these are actually the values of each of the places of our new number. So we can just put a plus sign between these values of each of the places. And if you add these together, we get the answer to our question, which is 5,543. And that's it for now. Remember to keep on practicing your math skills with our sample exercises and workbooks. See you then. Visit mathhelptutor.com to improve your math skills and your math test scores today. You can do this through your unlimited access to all our math lessons, practice quizzes, and workbooks. You can also schedule a one-on-one tutorial session with us today. Check out the links below this video to see how you can support us if you found this video helpful. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video and this channel to your friends and family who might need this. See you soon!